Hello and welcome to my channel, and today I would like to present a new series of junk journals, rustic junk journals, and this time it's a little bit different from the previous one with botanicals and recycled paper on the cover. This one is soft cover. It's made with natural fabrics. I've been dreaming of and I've been thinking of making this kind of covers for a long time in this style. So let's get going. This one is called clay rose. This is a piece of handmade artisan clay rose which I bought with some belt, probably woven belt, hand woven belt many years ago. And I've been keeping it since then because I have always known I will use it. So finally it has found its home. And this one is used as a bucket here. Buckle here, right? And like you can use this as this closure, and you can put it here like I sewed it here in quite loosely so that you could pull this closure there. So it's, as you can see, it's tapestry and it's covered with vintage cotton lace. It's cotton curtain lace. I keep using it all the time, and I'm gradually running out of the supply. Not sure that I will be able to buy some more, but anyway, so this is the front side, and you can see some burlap here and another layer of some burlap mesh here. It's also very rustic style, and here is the inside. It's a tiny pocket, lace pocket on the left cover with a tag, and this tag just tells everything about this journal, the name, the date, my name as well. And this is a feather. I guess it's a dove feather. And I keep collecting them, and after I collect them, I necessarily wash them and add some specific antibiotic cleaner or something like that in order to prevent anything to catch, to be able, so that you could be quite safe about touching that, and not, because I'm quite cautious about stuff like that. Collecting natural stuff from animals or from birds, I keep being cautious. Okay, so this is the first part. Actually, there are 3 signatures. I would say the two more journals I will show will follow the same pattern. That's why I will explain everything in detail right now. And in the second and third, I'll just make a flip through. That's it. So this is once again the leftovers of my old photo album from the Soviet Union, probably times. It's more than, I just don't remember how old it is. I guess it's more than 30 or 50 years old, because it's very old. It was bought by my mom many years ago. And this line will present a couple of collages, my favorite collages, with different types of brown paper. You can see the assortment of different paper and different textures, and some stamped images, and some bits and pieces of my leftovers of my handmade recycled paper. Okay, which is getting to its end. A lot of stamping here as well, and this line is featuring a very, very rustic and messy style. What I mean by that is that I torn the edges of the pages sometimes. I didn't iron all the paper that goes inside, and it is very randomly and very, I would say, grungily coffee stained. More than that, sometimes I used distressed inks. Here is not distressed inks, here is Stazon, so it can't move if you apply some water. But here, as I aged the paper twice, before I made the stamping images and after, I intentionally created the effect of leaking or bleeding or moving ink, because it also adds some, first of all, grungy effect, and at the same time kind of vintage style. So this one, as you can see, I didn't iron it, and all pages, I would say they are of different textures, all of them, like almost all of them. I tried to create an assortment of different papers I have. It means that even the touch and the sound are different. This is more glossy, this is more rough, this one is just soft, and yeah, call it ASMR. Next, different sizes as well, different edges, and anyway, this is a very just comfortable and I would say cozy thing to write in. Just because as it is so grungy, as it is so messed, you can keep being messed, you don't have to be neat. Okay, it's just I keep saying that all the time. You can like release everything and let yourself go here. Okay. So these are the torn edges that I told about, and these are the distressed edges. First butterfly, which goes inside the first signature. Yes, all the signatures are hand sewn to the soft cover. Okay, this one, and as well some stamping. And one more collage with paper die cut. In this case, it's a die cut which I made into a chipboard, and then I covered it with watercolors. This is actually a pocket page, brown bag, as you can keep buying from groceries probably. This is a page, or a part of a page, or a part of a piece of my daughter's paintings. You know that, okay, I keep promoting her, and she, like, not promoting, but it happens unintentionally, because we have a lot of older stuff from her art school days. She attended art school, and then she definitely had a lot of creative work. So this is all very good quality paper, professional paper, and the color scheme and sometimes the images are so great that I decided that, okay, I have like piles of them, and I don't want to, she doesn't care about them so much now, but I think I will keep some that I like best and she likes best. As for the rest, I think I can use them as good inserts for my journals. So you can see some pencil tracing here, and in general I like it, and I hope you will like it, and the person who owns this journal also will like it, because it gives some personality, it gives something really, something that can't be touched and felt, something intangible, right? Am I right? Okay. More stamping and brown paper, and as you remember, I am crazy, and probably now I'm crazy about brown paper of different types. There are so many different kinds and species, I would say, of brown paper, that just try and start paying attention to all the wrappings or to all the brown paper stuff that you get, and you will see how different it all is. This page is from, as you remember, my older university days when I took the exams, and the students, in fact, the students had to write on pages like that, and I have some leftovers. This is the special form for tractor drivers, and yes, it refers to village as well, to the countryside, and in general this rustic style is the main countryside style I prefer. So one more collage and one more stamping collage on the left side, and the second part of this brown bag with a little bit tag of a tag that, you know, you can, I intentionally didn't decorate it myself, I just only made a stamp, and well, I just did some kind of stamping plus acrylic paint collage, because probably you would like to write something here, and I decided to leave it as is. And one more collage, and this time it's also with a brown paper tag and a brown paper bird and a die cut. This time it's a die cut, which is actually also, I made it into a chipboard, and then I covered it with, let me see, this is some kind of, when you cover something with the glue, and you pull and you like sprinkle this very, very soft powder. I just don't remember, it's not embossing, I just don't remember even in Russian what they call it, but it feels soft. It feels like velvet here. So this one is another piece of handmade paper with lavender seeds and flowers as well. And another tag that can be decorated or left as is, it's up to you. And this time it's an envelope page, and this is the piece and the page from an old one of my old botanical books. I have quite a collection of old botanical books from the Soviet period, and I'm quite lucky. All the time I go to some bookshop, I usually go into the department or into the stall with all the books, and I buy something really useful there. Not too cheap, but at least it's definitely worth having. And I would probably show you, oh, I'm sorry for that, I would probably show you one day my new book, which is like, I guess it was a treasure that I found. It's about animals. Okay, and we are moving. Oh, and this is an interesting page. You know, this is our children, when they go to school, they keep diaries, or call them schedules, special notebooks where they write the names of subjects and the homework, and then sometimes the teachers give them grades or like marks and write them here. And as soon as they write them here, like 5, 7, whatever, and then they put their signature here to fix that this is something real. Then here it's interesting because they are given we used to have, you know, a very interesting line here, the grade, general grade for the diligence, and the general grade for the behavior here. Now, current children, no, temporary, sorry. Today they don't have it. They just have some amount of hours you missed and classes you skipped and so on. No more assessments of behavior. Sounds interesting. I haven't even paid attention to that. Okay, one more page from my old photo album. And here we are, one more stamping. This time this stamping is intentionally made with 2 types of inks, and I tried to create some shade effects. I'm not sure whether I got it right. and another letter or old notes imitation with like leaking, bleeding inks and aged paper. So this is the inside mesh. It's really interesting. I bought it from a floral shop, and they used it as decoration, but it's natural burlap, so I couldn't help buying it. So I once again will show you how to close it. So this is the back side. Okay, this is my additions, I would say. Yeah, you just wrap it like this, and you can just push it here with your finger and pull it there, and here we are. I fixed this quite safely. I made sure they are quite safe, so they don't have to move. So this is the first one. Let me show the second. And the second journal to show, in fact, inside you will have all the same stuff, just the outside is a little bit different. This one is a chipboard bird. It was made of brown gray chipboard that I covered with gesso and some acrylic paint and stamping. Two different types of stamping on both parts, and I really enjoyed the result. And this is the bulb pin, safe pin. Oh, wow. Safety pin. I just don't remember. So, and then I also distressed it or covered it with some color using alcohol inks. And this trick I saw in one of Sigita's videos, and I just liked it because I used to use patina for that. Now alcohol inks work perfectly well as well. As long as you have a lot of colors, in fact. So this is the different. The closure is the same, but without a buckle. This is a piece of lace, and this is a piece of hand crocheted doily. It's not a piece; it's a full doily, complete doily, and I like randomly machine stitched it, and in order to keep it safe here. As for the cover, the same. It's tapestry, then cotton, curtain lace, and some lace ribbon, call it so. And inside also the same burlap and burlap mesh. And as well, one more feather and lace pocket and a tag with the name, which is called, the name of this journal is Botanical Rug, and date, everything about the journal, in fact. I don't think I have to run through all the details of this journal as well, like types of paper and so on, because generally they are all the same for all the three. So I will just clarify some really interesting points. This piece of corrugated cardstock, you probably, if you watched some of my previous videos, you probably remember that I found it 2 years ago in our country house, which we use as dacha, and there they kept something in this box. When I took this box, it literally, cardboard box, you know, it literally fell into pieces in my hands, and it literally fell into layers of perfectly colored. The color is amazing. We don't have this color in our nowadays cardstock, corrugated cardboard. And it fell into pieces, and I got 2 layers, 2 sides with this type of corrugated cardboard and one flat one, but still this flat layer, you know, that covers it on top, flat layer has leftovers of these lines. Okay, as well, nice pattern, and that was really pleasure to find. and a pleasure to use. Yeah, tea bag as well. Sometimes you can come across tea bags here. Tags, and let me run through that. And I would say that, frankly speaking, the best part about these journals, as a creator, I would call it, you just cannot limit yourself to any regulations. You have this idea in your mind, what you want your journal to look like, and then you go and do it. And you don't have to, like, you can fly wherever, you can think about whatever. I usually listen to some music or listen to some audiobook while creating. But at the same time, your hands and something else, actually, as soon as I start making anything, I begin it, and I probably get the general idea of what I want to make, but then everything happens itself. I don't control it, I would say. Some things happen unintentionally, and you get fantastic, interesting effects, unexpected effects, and before you know, it's done. And I literally never know the final result, especially as for my covers, that's 100%. I always have a plan what kind of color and what kind of general cover I would like to have. But when I start arranging stuff, no, it's never the same, and it can never be planned. One more word about this. If you touch it, you will see that this is a piece of birch tree peel-off. If you a couple of years ago, I was in a botanical garden, and I found a lot of this peeled off cork laying around. Lying here. Sometimes, because I'm nervous, definitely, I sometimes can mess up words. So they were lying all over the pieces of this, all over the place where this birch tree was growing, and it was some kind of very interesting species of a birch tree, like self-peeling, and you don't have to ruin the tree. You just go there and you take it. It's interesting because this peel-off is very soft and velvet-like on the one side. I can show you one piece of it. I have it at hand here. It's very soft on the one side. It's like velvet, or it's like, leather or something. And the color is perfect. And on the other side, it's different. At the same time, it's very, very soft, flexible, and it's really very different from our Russian birch trees that we have here. And now, and I have a little bit of decoration on the one string that I have on the spine. Okay, and the last one. This one is, let me read the name inside. The decoration is the same. This is burlap ribbon, and the same type of doily. This is special, our Belarusian local linen. They use it to produce different tablecloth and so on. And it is hand sewn to the main cover, and the main cover is made with the same type of burlap mesh, but this is something like canvas that they use to cross stitch, and it's very interesting because I don't know how you can cross stitch with checks like this, but they can probably. This is handmade, hand knitted, that's for sure, hand knitted lace. It's from, by the way, it's from Happy Meal from Libby. One more feather and one more card with the name, and the name of this is Time Flies. This is cotton. This is cotton. It's not dyed, tea or coffee dyed, it's just a natural color. Well, this is a pocket page, and let's run through that quickly. The idea is just the same. And while I'm showing this one, I would first of all thank you for the very soft and warm reception of my previous line with handmade recycled paper, and I definitely will make more journals like that. I just don't know when. I know that I have only a couple of sheets of this type of paper, and probably I will start making something with them. But in fact, I have to make some more, and I have a lot of ideas on what kind of particles to add into this new line of handmade paper. I have a collection, you know, I've been always collecting seeds and flowers and dried flowers, and many of them will go into my new set of handmade paper, and I'm going to start making it in a week or two, because I'm going to have a vacation, and fortunately or unfortunately, this vacation cannot be spent only on crafts. I have a redecoration in my flat, and I will have to spend a lot of time there. But I do believe, and I have to find some time for my projects that have been waiting for almost 8 months now to be completed. I mean, tea journals. And okay, this one is a really unusual page. It's like, I tell you even how I made it. I coffee stained it, and then I just took all the tea bags we used and I put them here intentionally, just to see what pattern it creates. It's interesting. They are different types, as you see. We had different tea bags. And this is almost the end of my journal. Again, one more effect of leaking and bleeding ink. Quite nice, I think. And if you like this effect, you can create some more if you just spray or splash some water in this image. All of them are distracting. Or you may leave them as is. Some of them can be colored. I mean, all of them can be colored, but only not with watercolors. With you can use only color pens, probably pencils. Yes, pencils. And that's that. That's literally that. That's the end of my flip through. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry for being a little bit too long. It's always the case when I am showing more than one thing. I have to tell about that, and I have to show them so that you could get a very good image of what it all is like, and what you can find inside. And yes, one more thing about this line. It's quite noisy. I mean, it produces perfect, fine, crispy noise. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon. Bye-bye.